Right. Hello, mamas. Let us come find a comfortable seated position and we will begin. Turn this down. So as we come to seated, you want to build yourself up so that you're a little more elevated every week to cater to the growth of your beautiful baby. All right. As we come to sit, let's take the hands onto the bed and have you check in to your divine baby. As you come to sit, allow the tip of your tongue to rest behind the two front teeth as you draw your inner gaze inwards and upwards to your brow point. As you close your eyes, you come to settle into your breath. And as you settle into your breath, you settle into your body. Full cleansing in breath and full steady cleansing out breath. And here, as we show up for ourselves, for our babies, your babies, we have drawn the senses in. So in doing so, we also come to regain our energy that we've been putting out into the world. We're gathering it in. This is why a morning meditation practice is so invaluable. Even if it is for 5 minutes, I highly recommend you cultivate that practice. And as you come to sit, you expand upon your connection to your breath. Now, for those of you in your third trimester, the ability to breathe is harder, it's less available. So be aware of breathing into the sides of your body, breathe into the back of your body. Allow for that fullness of breath to come in those areas that are capable of expanding. And the front and the diaphragm isn't as available to expand. So then you bring your awareness through the sides and the back. Full cleansing breaths in and out. And here we slow the breath down. Now shift your weight ever so slightly back so that you become more aware of the back of the buttock bones descending. And you may become aware of a nice broadening in the back of the sacrum. Two more breaths in. Two more steady cleansing breaths out. 2 more breaths in. This slowing down, this shifting of our mental, emotional, physical tempo is so important, especially in pregnancy. Just as important for your postpartum period. All right, come and take your hands together at heart center. And as you exhale, gently come to bow your chin down to your heart, honoring your body and inviting your magnificent mind to merge with the wisdom of your body and your soul. And we ease gently back to center. All right. We're going to change the interlock of the legs. And then we're going to come to do some breath work. This alternate nostril breathing is wonderful to do postpartum as well. So as you come to sit, raise your right hand and take your pointer finger and your middle finger into the center of your hand so that your ring finger and your pinky remain raised and your thumb is raised. You take the thumb on the right cartilage of the nose. You take the ring finger and the pinky to rest on the left cartilage of the nose. Now, when we're pregnant, there's no retention of breath. There's just a seamless fluid motion from inhale to exhale. And this is a wonderful one to do. You don't have to, once you become familiar with this action, you can do it while your baby is breastfeeding or bottle feeding. You don't have to then use your hands. You just place your attention consciously of inhale through your right nostril, exhale through your left nostril. Inhale through your left nostril, exhale through your right nostril. Once you become familiar with this practice, Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, when you have babes in arms, you can do it without the use of the hands and with your consciousness, as I said, alternating the nostrils and just placing your attention on each nostril and just practicing that way, because you'll find it will help to calm your central nervous system down and allow you to settle more readily into the feeding. And as we know, the more relaxed mama is, the more relaxed babes is. All right. So as we place the fingers and thumb on the cartilage of the nose, we're going to close the right. Exhale fully through the left nostril. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. It's a very gentle pause for a moment. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. So imagine breathing as if in slow motion. Inhale right. Pause. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Two more circuits. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more circuit. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Release your hand and pause. Remain here, eyes closed, and breathe in and out through the nose. Observing the quality of the breath as you breathe. Observing the effects of the breath in the right and left nostril, in the lungs, how it affected the central nervous system, and you in your physical body. Taking that moment to bear witness to it all. And then again, we take our hands together at heart center and come to bow the chin down to the heart. Honoring the body and inviting your magnificent mind to merge with the wisdom of your body and your soul and that of your baby. And as you open the eyes, gently coming back to the allowing the feet or the legs to remain cross-legged, placing the feet to stack under the knees. You have a little triangle in between the legs. Take the hands, palms of the hands together and place left pointer finger on top of right. Turn the hands inside out. Release the shoulders away from the ears and gently come to turn the head from side to side. Just observing quality in the neck and shoulders as you come back to center. You're going to knit the ribs together, find that containment through the front and back body, and slowly raise the arms up overhead. Shoulders are drawing down away from the ears as you rise. One more cleansing breath in. And one more steady cleansing breath out. Feel free to keep the elbows bent. Breath out. All right, then release the arms, extend the arms up overhead, and then come forwards. Now, if you have two blocks and you're in your third trimester, you'll probably prefer resting the hands onto the blocks. If you don't have blocks, keep the hands alongside the body. You probably won't have the availability to come forwards. And if you do, it probably feels as if babe's head is bearing down. So do less. Still that slight forward angle of the spine, that tilting of the hips, is still going to give you that wonderful opening in the pelvis. Take two more cleansing breaths in and out. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, gently easing back up. Let's change the interlock of your legs. Take the palms of the hands together. And now you're taking right pointer finger on top of left. Come turn the hands inside out. Release the shoulders away from the ears. And again, we'll gently turn the head from side to side. As we ease back to center, we're going to raise the arms up. Shoulders descending down as you rise. As you allow the buttock bones to descend, again, knit the ribs together. Notice that knitting together is there to broaden the back body, to create more containment in the back body. Two more cleansing breaths in. Two more steady cleansing breaths out. And then we'll release the arms, extend them up overhead, shoulders drawing down, and then we'll come forwards once again, resting either the hands on the blocks or alongside the thighs. Shoulders drawing away from the ears. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, hinging forwards or staying where you are. Take your time to breathe, cleansing breaths in and steady cleansing breaths out. And then we gently ease back. Good. I'll take my socks off. I was a little resistant to take them off in the beginning. All right, we're coming onto our hands and knees. Feel free to pad the knees if that feels better, if you have knee history. Elevate the heel of the hand if, with all the excess fluid in the body, if you're noticing that having the shoulders stacked above the wrists, that angle feels stressful to the wrist, then remember to roll the head of the mat, and that will give you a little elevation for the heel of the hand, taking the strain off the heel of the hand. All right, shoulders stacked above the wrists, hips stacked above the knees, curl the toes under, lift the buttocks, descend the belly, and lengthen the heart forwards. As you exhale, round in the back. Broadening through the back body, this should feel really good. In, breathing in, lengthening. And breathing out and rounding. Observing the quality of the breath. And allowing the body and the breath to move together with ease. 2 more, back and forth. And easing steadily back to center. All right, let's stretch out those hamstrings. Shift the weight to your right knee and come stretch the left leg out behind you. Now again, knit the ribs together so your front and back ribs are contained. Drop the outer hip and gently draw the heel back to get a nice calf stretch. If you've got any residual cramp in the calves, this can feel wonderful. And when you're ready, slowly come to power up and raise the leg up. Pressing out through the sole of the foot, releasing the shoulders away from the ears. This may be enough. If you wish to take it one step further, you can root into the left hand and float the right arm alongside the ear. Keep the thumb pointing upwards to the ceiling. Eyes are softly gazing downwards to the earth as you breathe. Now, less is more. You can just do the leg, or you can let the toes rest to the floor and just do the arm. You decide. Now, release the hand down to the earth, and we're going to cross left foot over to right side. This is going to feel wonderful, especially if these little heels are kicking into the ribs. So as you come to look over your right shoulder, allow your left hip to descend and lengthen towards the right heel. Breathing into the sides of the body. And exhale, gently coming back to center. We're going to circle through the hips. If you wish to pause, my hair is tickling me. If you wish to pause in child's pose, feel free to do so. Otherwise, You can do a nice figure 8 with the hips, or just a U shape from side to side. Slowly moving back and forth. Nice and slow. And then we come back to center. And we'll balance ourselves out to the other side. So we transfer the weight to the left knee. Let's stretch that right leg out. Curl the toes under. Lengthen the heel. Drop the outer hip. Bring your awareness to the inner thigh. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly come raise the leg up. Pressing out through the sole of the foot, drop the outer hip. Harness the breath. Inhale and exhale. If you wish to take it one step further, float the arm alongside the ear, left arm or left thumb points upwards to the ceiling. Your breath is your signal. If it becomes labored, that's your indicator to do less, to pull back. We can be headstrong sometimes and not fully listen, but it's the breath that will truly inform us what we need. So as you release the hand back down, let's cross that right foot over to the left side. Come to look over that left shoulder towards the right heel and stretch through the side body. Full cleansing breaths in and out. And exhale. Come release from that delicious stretch. Let's bring the knees a little wider. We're going to come to our resting child's pose. I also had this on my bed in the early stages of labor with the first. With the second, everything goes a lot faster. So there was less lying about with the second. But with the first, I was able to make myself comfortable on my bed. You can even use another pillow and cross one or two pillows at the bottom and place a firmer bolster over the top. So there are ways that you can improvise. But if you have just one block, place it on its side. If you have two, you can place the second one in front, and that just makes for a slightly more stable base. Or you can use that second block and place it in between the buttocks, or in between the feet for the buttocks to sit on. Because we have all this extra fluid in the body, it might not be comfortable to sit on the heels as you once did. So find ways to accommodate. So your buttocks are either resting on your heels or your block. Come take your hands either side. Let the buttocks root into the heels or the block, and then lengthen through the spine. So babes is your ribs are resting on the thigh, on the bolster. And babes will be a little in front depending on how far along you are in your pregnancy and as to what feels most comfortable to you. And then as you rest the torso forwards, it can feel wonderful to wrap the arms around the bolster. As you pause and rest here, finding that comfortable position, take a couple of breaths in and out through the nose. And then this will inform you with every exhalation as you relax and surrender a little deeper, if there are any adjustments that need to happen in the physical body. 2 more breaths in. And 2 more steady cleansing breaths out. Allow the bottom jaw to release from the top jaw. With every breath out, invite your physical body to surrender a little deeper into the bolster. Every exhalation, let go a little deeper. With every inhalation, breathe in, rest and calm. Inhale. Now, if you are super comfortable, just pause the video and stay. There's no need to exit if your body needs this rest. This is the practice of honoring what your body innately needs without the mind overriding and saying, no, I should get up. No, the body feels supported, nurtured, stay. When you're ready, let's come back up to standing. Coming to find your Tadasana. Allow the middle toe to be in line with the center of the heel as we take our hands to heart center. Our shoulders are releasing gently away from the ears. Collarbone is broad. And as we shift the weight back, bring it 5% more in the heels than in the balls of the feet. And as you broaden through the collarbone, allow for the heart and the crown to gently rise. Eyes are soft and steady straight ahead. We just take a moment to feel the grounding effects of being stationary. Finding our grounding, finding and breathing into our Tadasana. And then we'll breathe in. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we release the arms steadily back down. Inhale and rise. Exhale and release. Good. Simple acts feel really good and are so beneficial to the body, especially if it's your second pregnancy and when your next second baby arrives, and there's so much holding and lifting that we can be holding a lot in the neck and shoulders. So even sitting on the edge of the bed in the morning, resting the feet to the earth, just pausing and doing a couple of inhales as you stretch, a couple of exhales as you release. Hands resting at the heart as you pause. All right. From here, we're going to step into the right foot and step that left foot straight out behind you. Now notice that my left foot is pointing more straight ahead, north, than it is out to the side. This is to protect the hips and the sacrum, and it's to protect the knee, so that there's no torquing of the knee as the foot turns out and the hips try to square. That can really put the knee under stress and strain. So when the back foot is more, let's say more at 11 o'clock than noon or 9 o'clock, right at 11 allows for that alignment in the back leg. All right, inhale, hands to heart center. Pause here first, eyes open or closed, rooting into the back heel as you lengthen and extend through the spine. Now, if you're in your third trimester, I recommend you maintain keeping hands at heart center. If you are not in the third trimester, you can raise the arms up overhead. It can feel strenuous to extend the arms up overhead in the third trimester. You may feel this pulling and tugging in the pelvic floor. So allow for these adjustments. One more in breath, one more out breath. And remember, you can bring the arms to whatever position feels most comfortable to you. So feel it out. What feels good? If your arms are raised, sweep the arms steadily back down. Take hands to heart center and come step your back foot to the head of your mat. Rooting into the feet, dropping back into your Tadasana. Now, Mama's Tadasana is a really powerful pose in parenthood. It allows us to ground our energy. You will be sleep deprived. You will be tired. You will be depleted in your mental, physical, emotional bodies. So taking moments to find your center. You won't even necessarily need to place your hands at heart center, but just consciously feel your feet in contact with the earth. Allow the spine to ascend and feel that descending quality in the legs and the feet. Make that connection to the earth, especially when the little ones are unable to control their emotions and they're having this mega meltdown. This helps us to stay centered so that we don't get caught up in that emotion and it doesn't trigger us as much. It still may trigger a little because we're human beings. But the more grounded we are, the more we will be able to contain. And in that containment, we'll be able to think more clearly of what does my child need right now? And just this is even holding the space. And that may be enough because sometimes they don't even want to be touched. They don't want to come anywhere near. They don't want anyone to come anywhere near. So this just creates containment in the energy. And your intention of connecting to your breath, connecting to your body, will be helping them. And first and foremost, it's helping you. And then from that moment, you will have greater clarity as to how to take the next step. All right, let's balance ourselves out to the other side. Shift your weight into the left foot. Come step right foot back. Now again, let the right foot be pointing more north than out to that right side. So let that right foot rest more at 1 o'clock opposed to 3 o'clock on the face of a clock. Hands rest at heart center. Pause here. Feel the buttock bones descending. Feel that length in the back body. There's that slight contraction in the ribs to stabilize front and back body. And then you can assess. Maybe today, keep my hands right here at heart center. I don't need to do any more. I'm working hard enough. Well, this is all the energy I wish to extend at this time. You assess. If you wish to take it one step further, you'll raise the arms up overhead. Allow the shoulders to descend as you ascend and rise. Full cleansing breaths in and out. One more inhale. One more exhale. As we sweep the arms back down. Take the hands to heart center. And then slowly step the back foot to the head of the mat. Drop back into your Tadasana. Pause. 2 breaths. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Allow the heart to rise. And then step the feet 3 to 4 feet apart. Turn your right toes in and turn your left toes out. Come bend through the front knee and allow it to stack above the heel. Lengthening through this left inner thigh, drawing back through the left outer thigh. Hips are level and square to the front of the room. And again, you decide, do your hands stay at heart center? Or do you wish to bring the arms parallel to the earth? You may want to experiment. How does it feel to bring my arms parallel? And if you're like, oh, I feel too depleted or too tired today, do less. This is the most precious practice a parent can have, is honoring when to pull back and when to do less. And it's not easy. but it's an invaluable practice for us to cultivate and find surrender within and acceptance. Slowly extend the gaze to look out over the fingertips of that front left hand. Full cleansing breaths in and out. One more in breath. One more out breath. And then as you release the arms, we're going to take this left wrist and we're going to gently press it to the inside of the left thigh. Now, feel free to stay up high. What you really want is length and extension through the spine. You want to feel the shoulders descending down the back body, and there's a slight lift up in the armpit chest. And it can feel quite invigorating. Take a breath here. If you wish, you can take the right hand to the right shoulder and you can align the arm with the ear. So your hip descends into the right heel. And again, you get that wonderful stretch through the right side body. Again, moving those heels out of the ribs if they're kicking. 2 more cleansing breaths in and out. And as we exhale, we sweep the arm back down and we gently ease back to center. Hands come to the heart. Let's take the bend out of the front knee. Roll the inner thigh to the outer thigh and allow the kneecap to align with the toes. Float the arms parallel to the earth. Release the shoulders away from the ears and gently glide. Glide and glide, lengthening through the sides of the body and release the shoulders away from the ears. Now you can stay as you are, or you can release left hand down as you raise right hand up. You can also just keep your hands at heart center. Keep your hands at the heart so that you contain, you bring everything into the heart center. And from that grounding of your feet, from the strength of your legs, your spine is elongated. Your shoulders are releasing. And if there's any tension, any strain, you come up just a fraction higher and you observe how the breath shifts. So we witness firsthand how a small adjustment can create ease. Right, ladies, from your feet and legs, we slowly hinge back to center. Lift the toes of the front foot, turn them in. And we lift the toes of the back foot, turn them out. Come bend through the front knee, lengthening through the inner groin, drawing back through the outer groin. So this front knee stays stacked above the heel so that we open up into this hip, creating stability, toning the muscles as we allow for that relaxin to open and expand in the body. But through our yoga practice, we create steadiness, tonation, grounding, and stability. You decide if the arms come parallel to the earth or if you keep hands at heart center. Regardless where the hands are, softly turn the gaze to look out either over the right hands or the imaginary right hands if your hands are at heart center. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then you release the left hand. Take the right wrist to the inside of the right thigh. Apply that point of pressure. Elongate through the spine as you spin the bottom ribs forwards and gently peel the top ribs back. Feel that length and extension through the back body. Feel that activation and lifting up through the armpit chest. And then come take left hand to left shoulder. Align the arm with the ear. Left hip descends into left heel, and you extend and lengthen through the sides of the body. One more breath in. One more breath out. Less is more. Feel free to come up higher if need be. And then we'll sweep the arms steadily back down as we float back to center, hands at the heart. Take the bend out of the front knee. Roll the inner thigh to the outer thigh. And as you softly draw that right hip down, think of lengthening right buttock to back left heel. And as you root into the back foot, we're elongating and lengthening through the spine. Feel free to keep hands at heart center here once again. And again, sometimes when we go too deep, we go where we used to go, but realize, oof, that's a bit too much now. I don't quite have that stamina within me or that capacity to hold it. And we come up just a fraction higher. And we observe the ease. 2 more breaths in. 2 more steady, cleansing breaths out. Then we float steadily back to center. Lift the toes of the front foot, turn them in. Make sure that the big toes are on the same plane. Allow the buttock bones to energetically descend downwards to the earth. And come take your hands into your imaginary back pockets. Draw the elbows inwards towards each other and allow the shoulders to descend away from the ears. Knit the ribs together and just pause here. Now, lower the hands if you feel there's no freedom in the neck and shoulders. You really want to have that descending quality in the shoulder blades, in the shoulders moving away from the ears. And you can even cup under the buttocks if that's more comfortable. 2 more breaths in. So even though we're opening up in the chest and heart, we're opening up into the armpits, creating circulation up here, we are still containing through the ribs. And this is possible to contain and open simultaneously. 1 more breath in. Now, ladies, if you wish to do a tiny back bend, you may. It's a very gentle action by allowing the back of the heart to rise to the front of the heart. Now, back bends are not encouraged in pregnancy, but a very gentle coiling of the spine is fine. Just a soft lift of back of the heart to the front of the heart to create a very slight arc in the thoracic and the upper torso. 1 more breath in. And then as we exhale, you're going to scan your home for a wall. Enough of a wall so that you can just place your hands onto the wall. Remove my spine. There we go. And as you press the hands into the wall, you're going to keep your feet hip width apart. Bring your arms alongside your ears. But remember, the head is heavy. You don't want to drop the head forwards. You want to keep the ears alongside the arms. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades down the back body, but let base hang. You are knitting the ribs, so there's a slight containment to the front and back body, but the belly is soft and it's just releasing downwards to the earth. Your feet and your legs are strong. As you root your hands into the earth, you draw the buttocks back to create more space and freedom through the spine. Cleansing breaths in and out. And then slowly lift up the back of your shoulders. And we're going to step the right foot forwards towards the baseboard. You can step the back foot in a fraction. Now you're going to tent the fingers so that the fingertips are pressing into the wall, not the flat hand, but just the fingertips. So both your right and left hand. Your hands are in line with your shoulders. Both legs are straight. And as you gently press fingertips into the wall, there's a slight bend in your elbows, and the point of your elbow wants to be dropping downwards to the earth. Can you feel what that does to your shoulders? Can you feel how it broadens through the collarbone? And it allows, let me raise this a tad. It broadens you through the collarbone, and it allows your shoulder blades to draw down the back of the body. One more cleansing breath in. Feel that grounding in the back foot. As you root into the back heel, you get that connection of length and extension through the back body. There's a descending quality in the buttock bones. Breathe, one more in breath, one more out breath. And then as you exhale, gently change and switch legs. Come bring the left foot forwards. Press the fingertips into the wall. Arms in line with the shoulders. Elbows are slightly bent, and the bend of the elbow is pointing straight down to the earth. As you press fingertips into the wall and you find your inhale, you find your steady cleansing exhale. Feel the grounding of your back, right heel into the earth. Allow the spine to rise and ascend as the shoulders descend and the shoulder blades frame the back of the body. 2 more breaths in. And 2 more steady cleansing breaths out. All right. Exhale. Come step the front foot back. Roll your shoulders in a nice full round circle. Just nice to be reminded of using the wall to help anchor and steady us, to help ground our energy. All right. Let's transfer down to the floor. As you come to sit, we're going to sit onto the heels, and we're going to need 1 belt. Now, sitting on the heels, as I mentioned before, isn't always available to you, especially as the pregnancy progresses. So again, Feel free to place that block in between the ankles and rest your buttocks on that block. Now, with the weight of babes coming forwards, we tend to tilt in the pelvis, and this is what gives us that backache as we compress in the lower back. So drop the tailbone down and feel that wonderful broadening effect that comes into the back body. Good. That in and of itself is a good awareness to have as you stand and as you sit. We're not taking away the natural curvature in the spine, but we are creating more stability in the lower back. Now let's come take the belt into that left hand, and we're going to raise the left arm up overhead. Let the belt fall behind you and continue to knit the ribs, because sometimes just that act of raising the arm, we can kick the ribs forwards to accommodate the shoulder. So knitting the ribs together gives us that truer opening in the shoulder, or the truer awareness of where the shoulder truly is in its range of motion, range of flexibility. Now we're going to bend at the elbow, and we're going to come take right hand onto left elbow. We're just going to pause here, actually. We're not even going to use the belt. Today, we're just going to let that left hand rest behind the back of the head, neck, or in between the shoulder blades, wherever the hand naturally rests. We're going to let the inner left arm roll inwards towards the ear. But the right hand on that left elbow is helping to ascend the elbow up with a gentle encouragement, no forcing. You want to maintain the shoulders moving away from the ears and the freedom in the neck and shoulders as the buttock bones descend. One more cleansing breath in. Exhale and release the arms. Roll the shoulders. Sometimes it's nice to be reminded how to do postures without the use of props, so that we can more readily integrate them into our lives. So now we can raise the right arm. We keep the buttock bones descending down. We keep knitting the ribs together so that the front and back body is stable. So as we raise that right arm, we're truly coming from the opening in the shoulder. Now, as you bend, my hair fit, as you bend that right elbow, place the right hand in the back of the shoulder blades, the neck, or the back of the head, and gently guide that right elbow up with the left hand. Now, the elbow may not, or the arm may not be alongside the ear. It may be further out in front. That's okay. Keep it on this forward trajectory. Don't let that elbow splay out to the side to bring it up. That's not a healthy action for the shoulder. The shoulder always wants to be coming up straight in front. Take two more cleansing breaths in. Let the breath soothe the muscles, encourage them to open. One more breath in. One more breath out. And as we exhale, we release the arms gently back down. Good. Roll the shoulders. And straighten out the legs if need be. Just take a moment to stretch. All right, we're going to come to our final resting pose. If you are in your first and second trimester, if you have 2 blocks, you place one upright and one flat. Ladies in the third trimester, this you cannot do, and it's not recommended, let me rephrase that, not recommended to do in your third trimester, but keep it in your mind's eye. This is so delicious in your fourth trimester, your postpartum period. So this is a wonderful, wonderful posture for that. So we have 4 blankets, or we have 2 blankets and 2 pillows. Now, 2 of them are your armrests. So these can be your pillows opposed to your blankets. If you have hand pillows, place one either side on those blankets at the ready. If you have an eye pillow, place that at the ready so you can place that over your eyes. Your fourth blanket or your third blanket, have it at hand. This is for the back of the head. And the final blanket is for your legs. So you want a nice long strip. So fold this blanket over and over so you have a nice long roll. You'll place your buttocks in front of the bolster, soles of your feet together. The roll sits on top of the feet. You take your hands under your thighs, and then you fold this blanket double under the shins so that your legs have a nice rest, have that physical support so you don't end up pulling and tugging too much in the groins. Place your hands behind you and elongate back through the spine. Getting as much length in the back body, reach for your blanket so your head is slightly elevated to your heart. If you like and have eye pillow, place that over the forehead or over the eyes. And take the hand pillows, if you have them, into your hands. Now take a couple of breaths in and out through your nose. And just scan through the body. Is it quiet? Is it supported? Can it truly surrender and relax? If there are any areas of discomfort, make the appropriate adjustments now. Sometimes a very small shift in movement can create resolution. If you have discomfort or pain in the lower back, just ever so slightly lift the buttocks, release them back down, and that can release the tension in the lower back. Now surrender and let go. Ladies in your third trimester, you will be lying on your side. You probably innately already do this at home. You will place the bolster in between the legs. You will not need the blocks, but have a nice roll for under the head. The second blanket can come in front of the torso. Now allow the bolster to be on top of the feet and the knees so that that top leg, top knee stacks above the bottom knee. Or you can extend the bottom leg out and bring the bolster snug up to the bolster. The bolster snug up to the hip. All right, just under base so that your pelvis is going to be supported. And then as you place the top leg over the bolster, you can scoot your bottom hip back a little. So your top hip comes forwards, but it's resting on the bolster so it feels stable and secure, and you don't feel that you're squishing babes. You can feel a really comforting position. Now you can also place the blanket. If you have that hand pillow, you can place it into your hand. Your eye pillow can be really nice, placed over the neck. That can be really delicious too. And then you allow the hand, top right hand, to rest on the blanket. And you close your eyes. Full cleansing breaths in and out. And with every exhalation, allow the body to surrender into the earth. And every exhalation, continue to invite in that quality of surrender, of letting go. This is a quality needed in labor and delivery. It is a quality that is beneficial in parenthood too, so that we can observe our desires when they arise, and also choose to let them go when need be, to meet the needs of the child rather than our agenda. And as you lie here, allow your heart to open even more. Allow your baby to feel the radiance of your love all around in your heart. Gently beginning to deepen your breath. If you were lying over the bolster in your first or second trimester, roll on over to your left side, either on the bolster or on the floor. And then everyone turns the head to rest the forehead onto your bolster, your blanket, or the floor, just to ground you and bring you back into the room. And then from that left hand, slowly, right hand, slowly ease your way back up to a comfortable seated position. As we come to seal our practice with 3 rounds, or let's do 1 round of off. Coming to seated, hands in prayer position and to mudra at the heart, drawing the senses inwards. Take a full cleansing breath in. Swallow in your throat. Before opening your eyes, in your mind's eye, draw a golden thread up from the earth on the outside of your right foot. Draw it up the right ankle to the knee, hip, up to the armpit, under the right arm, over the top of the right arm, up to the shoulder, over the top of the head, down to the left side. Let this golden thread silhouette around the body. Top of the left arm, under the left arm, armpit, hip, knee, ankle down into the earth. And envision this golden thread expanding out into your auric field, as if it is sealing and cocooning you from any negative energies. And if any negative energies come at you, know that they just get bounced off and sent up to the light. And then that golden energy vibrates inwards to your core, to your being, as if to give yourself that cosmic vitamin pill and for your baby. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. The divine light within me honors and sees the divine light within you. Thank you, ladies. Many blessings. Feel free to send me an email if you have any further questions.